even possible 37 times from him really soon. Meanwhile, Venez, don't bother looking for him on the on the leaderboards because he hasn't submitted it yet. Okay, we're about to start. Yeah, we're starting now, and both of these runners are starting with Brightman first. Coops,
Hmm.
you're familiar with Mega Man 4, and
Oh yeah. I,
can you tell us a little bit about the differences between Brightman and Pharaoh first?
okay, so I will explain about Brightman though. So when it comes to stage though, you have these like robotic grasshoppers on these spikes though that can cause a bit of some lag as you see here though, and that and you gotta have like have some patience though in order like later on in the stage it gets a little bit more complicated, you know, and so and it causes some leg delay, and then it will make like and so you got so like I said, you got to be kind of extra. You got to be kind of extra patient, you know.
Yeah, doing Bright first is really more consistent since you don't have to worry about sliding through the desert with those flies dropping shots, especially during that jump for the balloon. Uh, but like you said, you do have to deal with this RNG with the grasshoppers, and it's really not much of a big deal. You can still world record with this route.
Mm-hmm. And another thing too is you can also damage boost through those spikes because spikes in Mega Man overall are instant death.
And it looks like they're reaching the boss gate at the same time, pretty much.
All right.
So with the Bright fight, you want to hit him with one lemon by around the third shot to offset his health so that he doesn't Bright flash stop you.
Yeah.
And it looks like both of them managed to do that. Other than that, you just want to avoid his jumps and his shots and try to kill him in the center of the room.
Yep. Stay as far to the middle as you can, though, you know? All right, and now we should be making our way onto Pharaoh Man's stage.
Yeah, now that they have the Bright Stopper, they can just freeze the rooms and not even let a whole bunch of enemies spawn. They can just slide through the desert and they'll do the balloon jump, hopefully without any problem, just with a nice clean slide jump.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about the fly dropping any pellets on them. It's still a nerve-wracking jump, especially in a race.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Waiter did it just fine. Venez did it just fine, so we're good. We're gonna have a balloon race.
Yep. I don't know if anyone ever missed the balloons in this cup as of yet.
Yeah, someone did.
Someone did? Okay.
I can't remember who right now, and I don't want to say the wrong name.
No, I know. I was just wondering out of curiosity, you know.
Oh yeah, it's happened, and everyone watches on, like just fearful of it happening to them.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a dumb thing to have to practice too. But luckily the coil strat, it's not too bad if you do Pharaoh first. And Waiter does usually do Pharaoh first. He does all of the fastest strats if I'm not mistaken. So this is unlike him. This is just race safety. But he's not doing bad at all. Getting to the boss gates at around 417. So that's pretty good pace.
Yep.
And Venez is right there behind him. Venez actually learned this game Buster only first, I believe.
Yeah.
And that actually is very good because he knows a lot of backups. If he ever runs out of ammo or selects the wrong stage, he'll know what to do.
Mm-hmm. All All right, so Pharaoh Man is taken care of.
I didn't see if Waiter got the animation skip, and it doesn't look like Venez got it either. But like I said, Waiter goes for all of the tough strats, so in the next few stages we might see like some differences in strats. I'm not sure how much further Waiter's gonna be safe, but like I said, people mark him in the 37 territory just because of the strats that he does know and his room times have put up. So I'm really curious to see how Venez matches up to it and how safe Waiter turns out being.
Yeah. So now both runners are on the Ringman stage.
Yeah, in Ringman, we can finally see how Balloon is so useful, especially for going vertically. Looked like Venez got another slide into that little gap there. But Mega Man 4 has a
Oh.
whole bunch of those slide gaps that if you slide into, if you don't turn back in time, like you're just going down a pit or something. And another screen transition, an extra screen transition in Mega Man 4, that's kind of like a pit. It's so slow in this game.
Yeah. Another thing too is that as you see on Prince's screen, and then as you just saw on Waiter's screen, is the hippo skip. Now, when it comes to the Slinky fight, though, like you're forced to fight one of those, but with the hippos, you can just skip all of them.
Yeah, the only reason you have to fight this one mini boss, the ring googly eye guy, is because he's blocking the entrance, well, the exit for that room.
Yeah.
But the hippos, yeah, I love the strat. Just bring the platforms low enough to jump on and take a D-boost. And if your movement is clean, you could get a reverse D-boost right onto the platforms and just slide right out of there.
Yeah. Waiter's a little low on health, so he's gonna have to be kind of careful here.
Yeah, doing all of the strats in this stage leaves you with only 2 health for the ring fight, so he must have gotten a small drop somewhere. But yeah, you typically only have just enough health, the 2 health just to be alive, and just enough ammo. So he must have gotten a few drops in that stage, but still a really good ring time. And Venez now entering the fight. And like you said, the ring fight is very dangerous, especially coming in here with the low health, but at least Venez has a little bit of buffer. He could take a body contact if need be. And it's fine. He got a clean fight.
Yeah. All right, so Waiter is now on, and Prince will both are now heading over to Dustman.
Okay, and we see Waiter here switching to Pharaoh. This is the tougher strat to go for in this stage. It is faster, especially in this room that he's in now, because it mitigates a bunch of lag as these platforms come out of the ground and these ladybugs fly in with detachable, whatever, those, the rotor things.
Yeah.
Venez doing the bright strats. This is the strat that I go for. It's much more consistent for me, and you don't have to worry about the hopper in this long lag room. Okay, and Waiter here now switching to the ringman weapon, to the ring, so you can clear out these blocks as fast as possible. He might. Okay, he should be able to get fast crushers. Yes. Wow, I like that jump. He clears out the row above, so he doesn't even really have to wait. That's really nice. That's a really nice strat. Okay, so Venez gets through the lag room just fine with the bright strats. And he's switching to Buster. So, like I said, he has a background doing Buster only in this game, so he's very familiar with the Buster strats. And this isn't a bad strat at all. It doesn't lose much time compared to the ring, depending on how cleanly you can do it.
Yep.
And Waiter here, he doesn't have any health. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say he couldn't take any damage in that fight, and he got hit by the dust shot. I was worried that dust was gonna suck, but yeah, those shots can be pretty difficult to avoid when the shrapnel come out and go in all 4 directions.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell us about this Dustman fight, Mello?
Yeah, so the dust fight, the first thing that he does is shoot the garbage at you, and that's scripted. But everything after that, he can suck, or he can jump, or shoot again. And the main thing you don't want to do are those sucks because he's invulnerable during that time, and it takes really long. And he could choose to do it as many times as he wants, and the only way you can stop him is by taking a D boost, and that costs 8 health. So you kind of don't want to do that in a race.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to Skullman, where we're going to once again see a lot of balloon usage and then bright usage. Balloons for the first part of the stage, and balloons can actually be used to zip, which is what Waiter's doing here, taking a little D boost and zipping through that column. I'm not sure. Is Venez? Yeah, Venez is going for it. Okay. Nice, nice. Both of them getting the zip. And now we're gonna use balloon almost until it's completely out to skip all of these ladder climbs and avoid enemies as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And for the second half of the stage, we're going to be using Bright. And we didn't mention this, but Bright is really broken because the timer that everything is frozen, I think it's only like 4 seconds, but it doesn't actually count down while you're sliding. And we're sliding all the time, so we can basically keep everything frozen the whole time we're in the room. And it's kind of a good measurement of how well your movement is, because if the enemies do wake up, that means your movement isn't as good as it should be, because you should be sliding better. Slide chains are really important when it comes to bright usage.
Yeah.
Okay, the Skullman fight is... I mean, I guess you could say it's scripted because he's completely responsive to what you do. Most people start that fight by walking, which makes him shoot, like Venez is doing now. And then the only part that's RNG is his skull barrier, the length that it is up. It looks like Venez got the worst RNG. It looked like the skull barrier was up for quite a long time. But yeah, he could drop the skull barrier almost immediately, or he could keep it on for as long as that was.
So now the runners are going to go on to Dive Man stage.
Yes, and again we're going to be using Bright to keep everything frozen, and unfortunately we do have to jump around a bit, so we're going to be allowing that timer to tick down, and things will wake up. But for the most part, including this whale mini boss that Waiter was nice enough to let us see the sprite of, we can freeze and just mash down, because this weapon's so good. It even allows you to shoot lemons while things are frozen. I love this weapon.
Yeah, well, another thing, well, unlike the one in Ringman stage is the whales, you're actually forced to fight both of them, but the mini bosses in Ringman stage, like 3 out of 4 of them, as mentioned earlier, like you can skip like pretty much 3 out of 4 of them, you know.
Yeah, there are a few runners that skip the whale mini boss by jumping over it using balloon. I know Slurpy Ninja does that for sure. I don't know if he still does that, but he was doing it at the start of the tournament.
Yeah.
And Waiter now, he avoided the gap, the little pit that leads to the wire, which is right after this whale that Venez is destroying. Hopefully Venez doesn't fall down there. This was okay. He was holding left, good, because that slide was way far past into the screen transition.
Yeah. All right, so Waiter just finished up on Dive Man though, and Prince should be making his way to Dive Man shortly.
Yeah, and Waiter again, unfortunately, missing the animation skip. Let's see if Finesse gets it. He has. Oh yeah. He didn't switch to Skull earlier, so he has full ammo. Some of the fastest strats get you here with exact ammo. Okay, so
All
yep,
right,
he's
so Waiter is on Drill Man stage, and Mello, do you want to talk about Drill Man, his stage?
Oh, I hate Drill Man. Screw him.
No,
I
I
won't
know,
talk
but
about him.
no. Just explain the stage and then the fight himself, though. You know.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. So Drill Man's a jerk, and his stage is all right, I guess. You just use Bright, and you kill everything that's in your way. Waiter had the good bets, so they got out of his way from that pattern, and basically everything is just bright stop, all the way up to the jerk, where he can ruin your run and make you want to
Oh
not even
yeah,
play this game anymore.
yeah.
Because all right, I'll talk about him for real though. The drill man fight, he is the highest he's the most heavy RNG parts of this game, because he can choose to dive into the ground, which is why people call him Dive Man. Dive Man 2.0. And when he's on the ground, you can't shoot him, and that costs 4 seconds every time, and he can just choose to do that as much as he wants. I think max dive is maybe like 5 dives if you manage to get 2 shots in during each cycle. So that first dive is scripted. You can't do anything about that. But from here on out, you want to see him walk or or jump, not dive again. So Wade already with 1 dive. Okay, he's getting a walk pattern. That's good.
Uh-huh. So that's just how it goes, though. So
Okay, so that's 2 dives, and he should be dead here. Okay. Oh, and we didn't
yeah,
mention, after you kill a boss, you want to get to this specific pixel in the center of the room, because if you do that, you can avoid what happened in Waiter's case right there. You can avoid seeing Mega Man jump up and collect the power. If you're on the correct pixel, he'll just appear up there, get the power, and then you can teleport out. So it saves
yeah,
about like half a second, so which adds up if you do them in all 8 robo stages.
yeah.
Wow, and Venez getting the god pattern from Drill Man, no dives at all. It was
Wow.
and yeah, and he kept them in iframes pretty well, I would say. So that was a pretty good fight.
Doesn't
So
that
that's
make you jealous, though, Mello?
it really does. Maybe I might come back to this game.
Yeah, I've seen worse Mega Man bosses, though. You know.
You talking about Square Machine?
No,
We'll get to that.
we'll get to that soon. Yeah, but anyways, so now the runners are heading off to Toadman stage.
Yeah, Toadman stage, which is very scary, and Waiter just got the drop of death. A lot of these enemies are at the very edges of pits, and they're frozen, or they should be because you're using Bright, and of course you're sliding because you want to go fast. So if they give you a little drop of ammo or health, that could really mess up your day, because you're trying to jump right after you slide past their exploding body, but that drop can mistime your jump and you'll go straight into a pit. Waiter, it almost happened to Waiter, but he was very quick
Yeah.
with turning around. Okay, Venez taking this room a lot safer.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no, he's a little Waiter's a little low on health.
That's fine. Toad, it's just Toad, man.
I know, he's pretty easy to beat. I know.
Yeah, so Toadman will just jump as long as you're shooting him. He'll never actually attack you.
Yeah.
And this works with any weapon. Even if you're on Buster, you could just keep shooting lemons at him, and he'll never use his primary attack, which is the rain, which of course uses the whole screen, but you can avoid it completely. So both of them
Yeah.
actually having a pretty good Toadman stage. It's one of the hardest stages, and it's the 8th robot, so it's ironic how a lot of Mega Man games have the hardest robot as the 8th one.
All right, so we're both runners are set off for Cossack Castle 1.
Yeah, and both of them having pretty good 8 robo times. So
Yeah.
Waiter coming into Cossack 1, where we're gonna have to deal with some ice physics and one of the stupidest enemies I've ever seen in Mega Man history, which are these Slinkies. They have so much health. I have no idea why are they so strong. They're Slinkies. They're metal
I know.
Slinkies.
Well, the other enemies I think are like the ones I don't like that's also in Cossack 1 is the ones that break your jump though, like when you're trying to jump over platform to platform,
The ones that come out of the ground?
Yeah, those are annoying
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, they're really annoying. One of the safe strats involves using bright, so you don't have to deal with them.
Yeah.
But luckily, these platforms are just at the right height, where if you slide jump, you don't really have to deal with them, except for that last one.
Yeah. And those were the ones I was talking about earlier on Waiter's screen, and the Slinkies that Mello was talking about earlier. I actually hate the ones that break your jump more, but I know Mello hates like the Slinkies more than I do. I mean, Slinkies are just Slinkies.
Yeah, and Waiter using balloon to get through the second half of that stage. It's a really scary part of this stage. The balloon sections, especially that last ladder room, which people call the overhang room. Okay, Venez going for the despawn on the skull Joe, while Waiter fighting the
Mothra.
the Mothra with Ring, which is a huge looking weapon, but it only has a 1 pixel hitbox. So
Yeah.
that fight kind of sucks.
Yeah, but you just gotta frame it right, though.
Yeah, especially with Moth like bobbing up and down, and he's only hittable on his downward swing or like his lowest point. So you have to time your jumps and your ring shots because ring is a very important weapon for the rest of this game, and you don't get your ammo back between stages at the end game here.
Yep. So both runners are now at Cossack 2, though.
Yeah, Cossack 2, where we're going to pretty much use up the last of our balloon, especially most of it's here on this spike room, where we're supposed to be using jets, but you can just deboost if you know what you're doing across the spikes, pick up some more balloon energy on the way. Ooh, nice damageless room by Waiter. I love that strat, but I'm not quite ready for it just yet.
Doesn't that save some time though?
Oh yeah, yeah. It saves time and health.
Oh yeah. For sure. All right.
Okay, and Venez now approaching the spike room. Again, doing the balloons just to get the deboost properly and to use your iframes to slide across the spikes.
All right, let's
Okay,
play a
see what
game,
kind of...
chat. Though, so what's the count going to be on Waiter's screen?
Wow, it's a 2, so that's a pretty good start.
All right.
And he can afford to take a deboost if he wants to. Looks like he's going for the damageless fight, which I like to do myself. It is harder to get the 5 hits in, so he was only able to get the 4.
Yeah.
So that means he's gonna need to do another 4 hit here to finish the fight. Yeah, so he got a 2-3. That's the most common one.
Yeah. So as we're gonna see on Prince's screen for a sec, though, like let's play a game again, chat. Though, what's the count gonna be on for Prince's screen?
I say 1-1. Up 2. Okay, he got a 2.
Okay.
Same thing as Waiter.
Not too bad.
Okay, he's going for the E-Tank here. He took a deboost. I think that was an unintentional deboost, quite honestly, because it was a bit early. Oh, wait, so he only got 2 hits in that cycle? This is most likely going to be a 3-cycle fight.
Oh boy.
All right, he got another 2 there, so that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, was that a 2?
Yeah, it's a 2.
Okay. Yeah, he needed 2 more hits. He wasn't able to get it in that cycle, so we're going to see a 3rd cycle, and unfortunately it is a 3. So
Oh,
he's
no.
definitely losing time here, which that really sucks. Meanwhile, Waiter is in the auto-scroller stage, so...
Nothing you can do about it, yeah.
Yes, so not much space to make up any time on this stage. We're just gonna see. Oh, okay, that scared me on Waiter's screen. That strat always freaks me out when you shoot ring before you jump and take out
Yeah.
that saw on rings on the boomerang of ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lead shouldn't change in this stage unless someone takes a death, because there are no checkpoints in the boss corridors in the castle stages. So if you die to the boss, or you're going back to the mid checkpoint, and since this is an auto scroller, that is a long time to wait.
Yeah, a long time to waste though, you know, yeah.
And Waiter here doing the strat where you charge Pharaoh above your head. When you kill things with your charged Pharaoh, it doesn't use up any ammo. If you use it against a boss, which can take the damage, it'll absorb that, and you won't lose the ammo. And you still have a charged shot stored up, which you can then shoot. So we're gonna see that here. He's gonna charge up one, throw the next one, and he's only using the cost of 1 shot. Okay, so Waiter having a really good boss fight. Boss died in the center of the room, so that's that's kind of as optimal as you can get it, especially with the double hits that he managed to do. Let's see if Venez manages to have a good fight. It is a pretty scary fight because, as you can see, the floor is nothing but spikes.
Yeah.
We've seen a ton of runners bonk from jumping too high, trying to hit the boss with your overhead Pharaoh, and taking a hit yourself and falling onto the spikes. And you are on iframes, so if you manage to react fast enough, you can switch to coil or even balloon to get back up there. But most people fail to do so, including myself.
Oh yeah, well I've seen it happen on a previous run though too myself. It was like you're fighting out of desperation, you know.
Yeah, there's only so many iframes, and you're on spikes and you can't jump up there, so you have to use coil or balloon. Okay, yeah, Finesse doing the setup where he gets the early shot on the second cockroach, so this looks like it's going to be a good fight. He also gets a good RNG with the singular shot from the roach, so there's not a lot of lag.
Yeah.
And Waiter here quickly reaching Dr. Cossack, excuse me, Dr. Cossack.
Yep. Now we all think, I think this is the Mega Man. Now, Mello, I think this is the Mega Man game where Dr. Wily is not the villain, though, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, it's not Wily, it's this guy.
Yeah, Wily's retired.
Yeah, it's this guy with the well, what do you call that game?
The crane game.
Yeah, the crane game.
Yeah.
And just like the IRL crane games, his crane really sucks. Can't grab anything.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. As you're seeing in the text, uh-oh. He's back! No! Not again! Why can we not get enough of Dr. Wily?
Yes. Dr. Cossack was being used because his daughter, Kalinka, was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Wily is so evil.
He is.
Oh yeah, so in the Dr. Cossack fight, the reason why his crane sucks so badly is because you can manipulate him. If you slide, he cannot move, basically. So that's why you see runners sliding to the right corner while they charge their shots, and then just charge shot them, slide some more, charge shot them, and eventually you want to finish him and quickly get to the left side of the room because Mega Man has to get there anyway for the cutscene. So that's why you're going to see Venez here doing the slides to keep him in place while he charges, shoots him, and then hopefully gets to the left side of the room when Dr. Cossack is at 2 health.
Yeah.
And Waiter getting through Wily 1, which is, it's a really tough stage to go as fast as possible in.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the only enemy in this stage are Mets.
Mm-hmm.
The most basic enemy, but it's a pretty tough stage to go fast in.
Yeah. So
Waiter, Waiter,
yeah, I hear ya.
Wow, he pretty much just walked the dog like the whole. That's like really laggy. You don't want to set rush off, and then through the slide, the narrow slide, like.
Oh boy. So we got Mr. Met here though, is if you can call him that though, because he's the big guy that can also shake the ground and cause mini earthquakes, you know.
Yeah, and that was a really good fight by Waiter. That was a 3-cycle and really fast 3-cycle. Like the Met Daddy couldn't even jump the 3rd time. I would kill to have a fight like that.
Yeah, Met Daddy. I can call him Mr. Met, wouldn't you say, Mello?
I'll call him Mr. Jerk because he's a jerk too.
Yeah. But anyways, so Waiter's now going into Wily 2. And he's sliding his way through these spikes. Lots of spikes in this room.
Yeah, we're going to be using Jet for the most part because if we had Balloon, you might consider using it, but there are a lot of enemies in your way, so you also need to be able to shoot. So that's why Jet is the perfect weapon for this stage.
Yeah.
Okay, and Venez getting to the Met Daddy fight now, so hopefully he can have a 3-cycle fight as well. It is dependent on RNG. It is possible to do the 3-cycle even with the worst RNG, but it's really tough to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be really close. He looked like he only got 3 hits in that cycle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just missing the last hit. So it's going to be a 4-cycle fight for the Met Daddy, which is pretty much the norm for me. And okay, Waiter doing a safe strat, riding Jet the whole way in this room. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do that in his PB attempts. And he switches to the Toad Flush, the Rain here, so he can hit this boss as his HP is filling, and that actually skills the animation of waiting for the HP to actually fill. For some reason, this is the only boss who has an active hitbox during the HP animation. So, if you jump through the boss gate, you can still move Mega Man. So you're able to shoot and fire the Rain Flush on him.
Yeah, he's actually called Taco Trash, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Taco Trash. I really don't understand that name, but I guess it's an alright name.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than some of their enemy names.
Yeah. Alright, so Waiter's now in the final castle stage of Wily, though. Well, of the refights, you know.
Yep, it's the refight stage, and he's going to be refilling his ring and dust ammo, since we've been using those two throughout the castles. And looked like he got a lot more than he really needs to, which is safe. I don't disagree with that move at all. Oh, and
Right.
Venez in the bat room. The room that Venez is in, it can be tricky because you have to spawn rush jets. Well, you don't have to, but it's easier to spawn them facing towards the right, so you can jump on him and then quickly jump up on the platform before the bats get you. And yeah, having to do that
Yeah.
room over. Oh, going for the corner jump, nice.
Yep.
Okay, and Waiter fighting the first Robo in the boss rush, Pharaoh Man. And what you want to do in all of these boss refights is get them over to the teleport side all the way to the left and just keep them there. And kill them there and teleport out because the explosion animation is extremely laggy. You don't want to be sliding,
Yeah.
trying to exit through that.
Yep.
And these refights are really interesting because, like, as a viewer, you might wonder why they're taking this odd route from capsule to capsule, but it's really unique because in this game you use a lot of the what do you call it, the secondary weaknesses for bosses, and
Yeah, the backup weaknesses, yeah.
yeah, and it really optimizes the way you use your menus. So it turns out to be faster this way because you use the same weapon on multiple bosses. You menu less, and that's because some of the weaknesses on these bosses just really suck. Like using Bright's weakness. I mean, using the Bright weapon on Pharaoh.
Yep.
All right, so back to the only really refight that matters, which is this guy here, the jerk. How many
Yeah,
dives?
your favorite. No, your favorite boss, though. I'm just kidding, though.
Yeah, and he gets an immediate dive, just like in the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So that's 2 dives so far.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, not getting that health.
All right. Optioning out of the health, though, which, yeah.
And Vanessa fighting Pharaoh with the Buster. It's not much slower to do this actually, and I know for a fact that he's more comfortable with it. So nothing wrong with that. Look, okay, it looked like he was going for the health, but then realized he had full health.
Yeah.
All right, and the ring refight that Waiter's doing, it's different from the actual boss fights in his stage because you can't charge a shot when you enter the room. And Waiter doing it just fine, and looked like this Pharaoh ammo was looking good too.
Yeah.
Waiter getting a good. Oh, okay, never mind. Talk too soon. Now he got 2 sucks. Okay, and he doesn't want to do another D boost, and I can understand that. Okay, so Waiter done with his robos. He's going to go into the Wily Machine fight now, and he already has Ring equipped, which is the weakness for this boss, at least for the first phase. And it's everyone's favorite sound effect right here.
Rip earphones, yeah. That's a sound effect.
And you want to be very careful. He actually doesn't have enough ring. You want to take him down to just 1 health, and then use the drill weapon. Which that's pretty smart. Just use drill the whole way. If that ever happened to me, like I always switch to Buster, get him down to 1 health, and then switch to drill. Yeah, that's much better.
I probably would have done the same thing too, Mello. I don't blame you.
Yeah, so if you kill the first phase with drill, for some reason the lag or something just skips the animation of the HP filling for the next phase. And that's the weakness for the next phase, so it's really convenient.
Meanwhile, Prince is fighting Drill Man, though, and he just finished up on that. So he's got 2 more left. Actually, excuse me, I mean 3 more left. While
3
Waiter's
more.
almost done.
Yeah, Waiter now coming into the final little stage here, which is just this long corridor with the worms dropping from the ceiling. He does it really well. That's a pretty tough corridor to optimize, to do fast. And now you're gonna come in here, charge Pharaoh, and we're going to be coming up on time on Waiter's side. And it looks like it's going to be a low 40.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Wily capsule fight.
Yeah, so it's RNG, of course, where Wily spawns. Waiter is down to one final shot. Oh, he's out of Pharaoh. He's gonna have to switch to.
Oh no.
He doesn't have any ring. He doesn't have any ring, so he's gonna have to take a game over. Oh my gosh, can Venez come back from this? This is crazy.
Oh boy.
So Waiter has two options. He can either farm for ammo drops from these enemies or go for a game over.
Oh no.
Looks
Man,
like
it was
he's gonna
looking
farm.
so good for Waiter as well, you know.
Yeah, Venez definitely has a chance here because I don't know how many lives Waiter has, but farming doesn't typically work out in this situation. For some reason, those worms have a really low drop rate.
Well, I have a low tank weapons tank refill, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There's no weapons. There's no W tanks in this game, unfortunately. Yeah, and Venez finishing up with his refights now.
Although
and,
Waiter took another
damage.
extra life though, so this might be a little longer though.
Oh yeah, he has 4 lives. Wow.
Yeah.
So okay, he got a full drop. I mean, he got a big drop. So he used it on Pharaoh, and he's rushing into the boss, rushing into the Wily fight. Oh man.
Deep breaths, everybody. Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, he's trying to get these double hits because hitting Wily with the charge above your head and then. Okay.
Should be
All right,
good.
He managed to secure the last hit.
He got him.
Okay.
Oh wow. GG's to Waiter, everybody.
Wow, yes. So Waiter takes it. Waiter takes it with a an SRL time of 42:13.
Yeah.
And Venez now just finishing up. He has plenty of Pharaoh. Oh, and he finishes it with the double. Very nice. GG Venez.
GG to Venez as well, so not too far behind as well.
Yeah, according to SRL, that was a 42-41.
Yeah. Do you think we could bring Waiter in for an interview and of course Prince though?
Yes, of course. If
Let's
yeah,
try
we
to
have
bring them
time for
in.
that. So yeah, only 30 seconds apart. That was a very, very close match. I mean, it was close throughout pretty much the whole way. It kind of drifted apart slowly, but then, of course, that Wily fight at the end, man. Waiter running out of ammo, and then he had, 4 lives? So I don't blame him choosing the farm. And it worked out, but like just barely. Just barely. He got that big drop and managed to take out Wily. He still had to play it safe with his ammo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so no interview for Prince though. He said his mic is, yeah, but let's see if we can get Prince. I mean, Waiter, yeah. My bad.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately Venez can't join us, but here's Waiter. Yo, Waiter.
What's
GG,
up, Waiter?
Oh, how's it going, guys?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Boy, I
Oh,
thought you were
man.
gonna. It looked like you were gonna lose at the end though, but then somehow you just thank the gods though that you got the Mega Man gods that you got the weapons retank fill.
How
Yeah.
many things did I have to kill?
Waiter, I know you heard that. I mean, you had 4 lives, so I
Yeah.
don't blame you for choosing the farm. But I know you heard that the drop rate on those worms, they're really low for some reason.
I didn't want to go with the luck of trying to use ring because I had already outed that. So I just felt like instead of just trying to kill myself a bunch of times just to go for it. And I mean, yeah, it took, I want to say like 6 times one, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say you made the right choice. I mean, considering how many lives you had.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you even got an extra life, and we were kind of thinking maybe you would have considered a game over and probably just start over though. But then you were like, oh, you got a weapons retank refill, and then you were like, then of course Prince is like catching up on you, and like I was like, oh, this could be trouble, you know.
Oh, yeah. My little heart can only take... I like to keep these races really close for some reason. I don't know what it is. I saw that I had a decent lead going into Wily 4, and I've never really had that issue with Pharaoh shot. That was very, very weird. So kind of psyched me out the second fight where I just kind of wanted to use the pause buffer to keep my ammo and just get out of there.
Yeah, because your run pretty much was pretty clean up until that point.
Yeah.
Not too many big mistakes. And I mean, how does it feel going bright first for all these races?
I felt way more confident once I got out of the first 2 stages, only behind by like 7 seconds of my PB. Like that is very like confidence building just because Pharaoh first, there's just so many resets, and then trying to go for the Pharaoh jump, you know, I just feel like it was just smarter for me to stay with the bright first, and then just kind of reteach myself the strats. And it seemed to work out because I was having a lot of issues with that earlier.
Yeah, well, it looked like everything was all smooth sailing for you up until like the end, though. Then it was kind of a scare, though. You know?
Ooh. Yeah, I didn't want that. I don't know what happened. I think after I just missed the first couple shots and I realized that the Pharaoh was getting lower, I decided against using the pause buffer, and it worked out against me. So yeah, the second time I definitely used the buffer just to get the extra ammo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there were some pretty scary times where like you got those drops in Toadman stage where you really don't want to see them, and running out of ring on the first phase of Wily Machine, but switching to drill, I never knew that was an option. But that's a really good move because it's the weakness anyways, and it gets you the HP skip.
Yeah, there's really no point for me, especially because there's no reason to use drill afterwards, and you definitely have way more than enough. I always just do that if I end up being low on ring. Just because switching to Buster and hitting it a few times and then switching over to drill just wastes that extra like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, congratulations to you, Waiter. You'll be moving on in the Kalinka Cup. So good luck in your next run.
Resisting, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, man, you and Resisting Frame in the finals. How does it feel? You got anything to say about that?
I'm pumped. I got to hang out with Resisting at last GDQ. He's an awesome guy, so I'm just excited to race against someone that, you know, I've had some Mega Man 4 races with before. So I think it's just a little bit more exciting for me, just because either way, like if I lose and he wins, like I would be so happy. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, for sure. Well, all right. Well, I think that's all the time we have. So thank you so much for joining us.
Guys. Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, man, GG to you and good luck in the finals. It's a best of 3, so at least you have that.
Yeah.
Not this best of 1, which is really rough in a game like this with such tough RNG.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for having us. And
Yep.
thank you, SpeedGaming.
All right. Do you have any final thoughts you want to say, Mello, before we sign off?
Nope, just want to thank everybody for having us, and GG to both of these guys. They really put on a good show.
And
Make sure you
also,
give them a follow.
Also, we can and also good luck to the guys out in the on the other side of the cup, being the Cossack Cup as well, though.
Yeah, you guys, everyone stay tuned for the finals of the Kalinkas, and as well as the semifinals of the Cossack Cup. This is Mellowflows signing out, so I'll see you guys later.
And Coop 17, we'll see you all later.